Hi, I'm Carly Elms.
And I'm Camden Johnson.
And welcome to Behind the Mask. Today we are interviewing our new principal, Mr. Fingers. We don't really know a lot about Mr. Fingers, so our objective today is to get to know him a little bit better. So with that being said, your bow tie is a trademark of all of your outfits. You always are dripping with it. So we're wondering, what does the bow tie mean to you?
All right. First, I just want to say thank you guys for taking the time to interview me. I appreciate this. I really love the opportunity to interact with my students, and that's been something that's been robbed due to the COVID pandemic and not having as many of the students back on campus or having that interaction that we normally have. So thank you guys for this, because this is, when I heard about it, it was definitely something that was high on my list, and I was anxious to get to this. But thank you for that. And back to your question about bow ties.
Right.
And I know that you mentioned the drip.
Yeah, always.
And so, yes, I have quite a few bow ties. The meaning behind the bow tie, adventurous or some great philosophical reason behind it, as one would probably think, is really pretty simple. When I was in college at the University of Arkansas, Little Rock, and I was playing on the basketball team, our coach at the time, Sidney Moncrief, required that all of the student athletes, when we were traveling to games, that we wear bow ties or ties, neckties. And he didn't say what type of tie, he just said you all have to wear a tie. You don't have to wear a jacket, but I want every last one of you wearing a tie. And so I'd already kind of had a liking for bow ties, and I thought they were pretty neat. I always liked when we had opportunities to wear tuxedos for prom and different things of that nature. So naturally I went out and made sure that I had a bow tie to travel with. And that was kind of my way of rebelling at the idea that we had to wear a tie.
Gotcha.
But also fulfilling the requirements of having to wear a tie. And I like how it looks.
Yeah.
To me, it looks a little bit more distinguished than a necktie. So
Awesome.
Since then, how many do you think you've accumulated?
Now that would be something I would probably need to go back and actually count, because I get them every chance I get. I'm out and I see a bow tie that seems like something that I don't have anything like, and I'll grab one. I would say in the upward numbers of 50, probably about 50 or more.
All right, pretty cool. So we're talking about your drip, your fashion sense, and I hear you're a big shoe person.
I am.
You have a really good taste in shoes. So I'm wondering, what is your favorite shoe that you own?
Whew, man, that's a hard one. Any sneakerhead, you put that question on them, and definitely it's one that you make them go back to the vault and think about shoes that you probably don't wear as often because it's such a favorite. I would probably have to go with my Jordan 3s 88s.
Nice.
The Jordan 3 88s, the free throw line, the addition that he wore during the All-Star game in 1988, where he glid from the free throw line. And so I think that would be my favorite pair.
All right.
So since you've gotten here to Goodbye High School, just between us, pretend the camera isn't even there.
Camera's not there.
Who is your favorite assistant principal so far?
Assistant principal so far, favorite. That's a really hard question as well. You guys come with hard questions.
Of course.
I don't
Yeah.
like that. You give the viewers what they want, right? You don't mess around. I'd say all of them, man, because every last one of my assistant principals have a different attribute about them that makes them special, that makes them unique. They all have different personalities, and I appreciate variety. I think the world is better in a diverse setting. So the more diverse you can have an organization, or the more diverse you can have an entity, the better. And so because of the different experiences that you could then bring, the variety that we have from Catherine, Ted, and Paul, and Kendrick, and Mandy, the variety that we have from each one of them has been very special, and I can't really rate them or rank them as one over the other. It'll probably be like a Voltron, just connect all five pieces to form one major robot. I would say I would connect them all. But if you're talking about just a favorite assistant, I can say Tilly Mack.
Yes, Tilly.
My administrative assistant.
Very nice.
So, besides your passion for teaching, when you were really young, did you have a dream job besides teaching?
The job that I saw myself doing when I was a kid was playing in the National Basketball Association. I wanted to be an NBA player. I played basketball all my life. You know, I probably started out at age 3, 4, you know, playing for the boys club leagues, and my mother was a coach in the boys club leagues and one of the back in Little Rock, so she was actually my first coach, so I kind of got my start playing basketball there. But I played basketball pretty much all of my life, you know, and so naturally when you're a kid and you're watching people do the thing that you love, you want to emulate that, and you want to be a part of that, and you want to do that too. So I didn't make it to the NBA. I have a good friend who did. Joe Johnson is a good friend of mine, and he made it to the NBA, and so I got a chance to live the NBA life for about a week at a time, you know, throughout my years. So I've driven all of the cool cars and met a lot of celebrities and stayed in, of course, mansions and different things of that nature. Just having a good friend that has, you know, had met that level of achievement. So, so no, that was what I saw myself doing. I didn't see myself at an early age being a principal, and so that should be word to you guys. You don't have to know exactly what you're going to do for the rest of your life right this second.
I want to say it matters not what you've done, but what you do with what you've done for others.
You just have to keep yourself out of trouble and keep yourself learning and being exposed to different things that you could be interested in, so that the options are open for you when you do decide what you wanna do with your life.
Oh, of course.
Speaking of life,
Gotta say it.
That's gotta keep it alive.
Still alive.
Kill those germs.
Let's kill those germs.
Okay. Do you do anything for fun? Do you have any hobbies?
I used to like to watch movies, and I'm particularly fond of what one may consider low-budget movies. You know, the movies that go straight to the networks. You see a lot of them around Christmas season, holiday season.
Like Hallmark?
Like Hallmark
Oh,
movies.
yeah, those are good.
So movies that go straight to BET, movies that go straight to TV One. You know, I like those movies because they normally have pretty good storylines, and because there are not a lot of well-known actors that are in those movies, you pay attention to the storyline a lot more because you're actually watching the movie for the sake of the movie and not just because a particular star is in the movie that you're interested in watching. So I like those.
Yeah.
So, in terms of acting in movies, do you have a favorite actor or actress that you would love to meet one day?
Denzel Washington is pretty high up there for me. I
Yeah.
don't know.
He's the best.
All right, so I think we're done with our questions
Yeah.
now. So
Wait,
moving on to the.
well-
of course.
Oh, right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So
Rand's
before we
not
move
right.
on to our next segment, we're going to go over what it is.
Okay.
Right,
So,
right.
I don't know the questions, and neither does Mr. Fingers, but we are doing trivia over Grapevine High School.
Nice.
Yes.
So our host today will be Carly Elms.
Yes. So the way that you will be answering is by hitting the. Oh, we didn't really have a budget for any buzzers, so we'll be using yes. And please make a buzzing noise so I know that you are aware, that you are ready.
All right.
All right. Let me get my questions ready. Okay. All right, gentlemen. My first question: which Mustang alumni has the most Instagram followers? Oh, I gotta give it to Camden. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to go with Post Malone.
Ding, ding, ding. That would be the correct answer.
That was gonna be my answer. Posty
Yeah.
would be the guy that would likely have the most following.
Yeah. So that's one to Camden. All right. My next question: what year was Legacy established? All right, Mr.
I'm gonna
Baker.
say 1906, and I could be wrong.
I'm sorry. That is not the correct answer.
I'm gonna go
Camden.
with 1915-ish.
Y'all, that's just no. All right.
Who's closer?
Camden. It was actually dedicated to GHS by the class of 2001. So
Oh,
yeah.
So recent.
Recent, yeah.
we're well.
Yeah.
I was off over 100 years, so
It's all good. It's all good.
give or take a few.
All right. So my next question: where did Mr. Norwood go to college? Mr. Fingers.
Gotta say, University of Texas, Austin.
No.
I was gonna say that, so I have no idea.
Y'all, his most famous saying is "Go Lobos," and that is the University of New Mexico's saying. So that would be the correct answer.
I
so
should have known that. Lobos, Wolves, I should have known that.
it's okay. It's all right. Don't worry. All right. My next question: who is the greatest grapevine quarterback ever? Oh, Camden.
Alan Bowman.
Oh, that would be right.
Definitely.
That would have to be right. Alan Bowman was a part of my first class. He was an 8th grader at Cross Timbers, my first year in the district. So I remember Alan.
Yeah. Okay, my next question. What sports team has the most state championships? Mr. Fingers.
I'm gonna have to say the golf team.
Yes, that would be correct.
Coach
All
Humphries.
right.
Good.
All right, it's 2-1 Camden. So this is our tiebreaker right here. Or not tie, yeah. All right, anyway. What year did GHS have a female football coach? Mr. Fingers.
I'm just gonna say 2000.
That's incorrect. Camden?
I'm gonna go with 1996.
That's also incorrect. The correct answer was 1933.
Wow.
1933.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so Camden, I think you take the plate with this one. What, 2-1? I'm sorry, Mr. Fingers.
It's
Maybe next
okay.
time. It's all
This
right.
segment of our podcast is brought to you by Equate. Equate
Yes.
hand sanitizer.
We're not sponsored, but we'd love to be sponsored.
Yeah, hit us up. Hit us up. It's
Yeah, it
our
was lovely to have you. Thank you for taking your time to come down. Yeah, elbow.
Yay! Love it, love it.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I appreciate it.